We are back. We're back in the stew.
Smell my fingers. Smell my fingers.
We are back. We're back in the stew. We are
Episode 99.
Episode 99. We are back in the stew. I'm Liam. This is Adam.
Whoa!
We're in the stew. Yeah. I'm trying to just hypnotize. I'm trying to monetize this hypnotize.
Yeah, you've been
hypnotism.
watching a lot of videos on how to make $600,000 in a week. Hypnotism's got to be the answer.
Yes. Well, my whole thing is trying to get out there and let the people know a mentor of sorts, a motivational speaker of sorts, that you can just hypnotize yourself into thinking you're a millionaire.
Yeah, it's a mindset. That's
It
what
totally
everybody
is a
says.
mindset. It's like it's manifestation of sorts, right? I mean, if you truly believe that you're a millionaire, you're going to be a millionaire. You are
Yeah.
a millionaire
Yeah,
because you're hypnotizes. Whoa, Liam. But I mean,
they go crazy, and then you force grip the crowd, and they fall. You know.
exactly. But I don't want to have my ego boosted, because of my hypnotism skills are so good.
Yeah.
I'm so good at convincing people that they're millionaires that I may lead down a path that I don't want to lead down.
What, you're afraid of yourself? If you keep it this honest with people during your seminars, you're gonna be a
Well, if
millionaire.
I can truly make people believe that they are a millionaire, what can't I make people believe in themselves?
It's deep.
Right?
That's deep.
Where'd
Where'd you get that? You came up with that?
It's TM
TM.
trademarked.
Oh, I thought that was like a person.
So keep it out of your fucking mouth.
That's how you make all your money, is suing people who use your quotes.
Yeah, I'm absolutely just filled to the brim with wisdom. I'm pissing wisdom constantly. But I mean, well, what's it to me if I just start hypnotizing into some random guy thinking, he's just in he's been in a 25-year marriage, 5 kids,
He's Mormon.
and now he's at couples therapy. He's crying. His wife doesn't know if she can deal with the marriage anymore.
Oh my gosh.
She's trying to take the house, the 5 kids, the jacuzzi.
Not the jacuzzi.
Now you're believing this is all true, and you're there. You're in couples therapy, crying.
I'm the therapist.
Sure, if you want to be.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I can make them
You
believe
can make that happen.
I can make the person believe that you're the therapist.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I think I could just really break people with hypnotism.
Therapists definitely break people with hypnotism. They go, "You need me. You need all these meds. Give me $200. I'll see you next week. You're depressed."
I'm sucking your dick right now.
No.
Yeah, I mean, just the whole. I think it would also be fucking hilarious if I was just, oh shit, you're that hypnotism guy. You're that guy that makes people believe that they're millionaires. Yeah, you know what? Now I'm sucking your dick.
No.
I am sucking your dick. He's like, stop sucking my dick. Stop sucking my dick. And meanwhile, he's just in the street naked, screaming. It's like a Bobby. What's it called? The race car driver, Will Ferrell.
Oh, Bobby Lee Ferguson? No, Ricky Bobby.
It's like Ricky Bobby on fire, but he's not actually on fire, but he's running around and he's saying, stop sucking my dick, stop sucking my dick. That's how good at hypnotism I am.
Mind freak.
That someone thinks I'm sucking their dick. They're running around with a hard boner. But yeah, we went to the Grace O'Malley show the other night. I wasn't hypnotized while I was there. Hypnotized by her good looks, maybe.
Oh my god, I was hypnotized by the smell in that room.
It was pretty
It
good.
smelled like a Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, the
I was going to infinity with all these scented candles.
podcast girl can bring out some hot girls.
Yeah. I gotta listen to her podcast. I don't even know what the appeal is. I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
I've seen clips. They seem funny.
And clips I've seen recently are, I'm all over Riz Cams. I'm
The Rizzler.
I mean, it's not even the Rizzler. It's more of like just the guys going up into the people
Oh
on the
yeah,
street
yeah.
and being like,
Your soldiers on feet, boots on ground, Rizzlers.
I just couldn't. Your aura, your eyes.
That's what Grace does.
No, so the lady was like, "Do you listen to podcasts?" The girl that the guy was hitting on, she was like, "Do you listen to podcasts?"
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's like, "No, I don't have any. Like, I don't really. Do you have any recommendations?" She was like, "No, that's good. That's actually that was just a test to see."
Oh.
And so, like, guys, we're not allowed to listen to podcasts, but you're allowed to listen to your fucking bullshit.
Yep.
Fucking,
Oh, so like a girl at the show.
no. This is a girl on Riz Cam.
Oh.
She was getting hit on. She realized, so then she was like, "You listen to the podcast to the Riz guy." Riz guy's like, "No." She's like, "Good, that was a test. I like you."
Oh.
But
We
these
can't
hot
have shit,
girls,
yeah.
these hot girls listen to all these hot girl podcasts. What? We're not allowed to
Listen to shit fuck
Yeah,
ass
you're not allowed.
podcast.
You're not allowed to listen to In the Stew, where we talk about hypnotizing people into thinking that I'm sucking their dick.
That's a guy who'll buy you dinner. He opens the door for you. You got to get it out.
Yeah, he just is locked in.
Well,
All these
that's the guy-
These hypnotized dick thinking thoughts.
If the biggest concern is a guy who just refuses to admit that he's into some of that slang talk, some of that pirate sailor talk.
Yeah,
He's like,
to the
"Oh, I
salty sailor.
don't do that. I don't talk about that. I would never disclose what porn I watch." Like, "Oh, I'd never do anything like that." Basically like Mormons, basically. Everybody's pretending to be a Mormon. That's what you got to watch out for.
Mormon cosplay.
Yeah.
That's
At least
not.
personality-wise.
That's not a thing.
They try to be like, "Yeah, I would never even sip a cup of coffee." Like the sweet little innocent boys.
It's so wild. Just because it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot out.
No, but they can't drink coffee because it's hot.
They've just got sensitive tongues and teeth.
I mean, that's like why they can't drink it.
John Jingle Smith.
John Jingleheimer Schmidt said that you can't drink beverages that are heated up.
So they can have cold brew? What are we doing here?
That's so they can have sodas. That's why sodas are.
That's why soda's their king.
Yeah.
Fucking morons. Chase them around with, give them
No,
open-
I think it's pronounced Mormons.
Oh.
Mormons.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Morons. I think about at BYU, I think about all those sweet Mormon girls that are going to end up with 3 bodies. And it's going to be Jacob, their high school sweetheart, some D lineman going out in the second round, and then back to her high school sweetheart. They're just getting tainted.
No, I think they're strong with the Force. I think
Yeah.
I don't think they sway off track.
If there
very
was
often.
a spinoff of Christianity that gave you superpowers, it had to be Mormons. It's got to be. Like telepathy.
Why do you think they think it's so cool?
Yeah. They've
They
got to
have
give you powers. They've got
superpowers
powers.
that we don't have.
Yeah, like I feel like the only purebred white people left are Mormons, Amish.
And Scientologists.
Yeah, exactly. Those people are just spaghetti strained of all their bad thoughts. They would never listen to this podcast.
That's the American dream.
Yeah, it's the American dream.
It literally is.
I've been thinking about the American dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I've been thinking that the American dream is just to have enough patience to ruin somebody else's day and feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
To just
And
give up
just
a little bit.
Tell everyone about Scientology. But while at the Grace O'Malley show,
Yeah. Yeah. The Grace O'Malley Show. That's a great name. The Grace O'Malley Show at Wits End, Charleston Comedy Club. This is a
We're there.
Charleston-based podcast.
it was good. It was a little. People came in a little too sauced.
What are you talking about? Being good? Were you being kind? That was terrible.
Oh, yeah, it was a
that
bad
was
show.
awful.
It was actually, it was the worst show I've
Yeah,
been to.
I
It
have
was
never seen a group of girls practice so little decorum.
I could have bombed on that stage as much as they did.
I'm surprised one of them didn't bring a bomb. Those girls were ready to go to war.
I should have just, I should have.
Just thrown yourself into that crowd and been eaten alive.
I would have.
Those girls were
Preferred-
pawing at the bit.
To get a good show, yeah, I'll take one for the team.
Yeah. The sex appeal. You go out and you
I'll
unbutton them.
knock out a few floozies if we're gonna get a,
That girl who got thrown out, instead of her getting thrown out, you just punch her in the back of the head.
all right. Listen, I do not hit women.
Oh, of course not. They were ready to punch,
I
though.
hit bitch. No.
What Grace could have done, she could have incited a riot, because she did call upon the men in the room. She called upon the men in the room while you were in the bathroom. She could have used that as an offensive and been like, ladies, get them. At least one of them would have done something.
And how does every revolution start?
Drinking.
A good night.
Yeah, dude.
good
Good night
night.
drinking. Somebody with a mic and somebody with a couple bevs.
And started. It's just what do they do? Oh, the hot girls of Charleston started just fucking
Vomiting in the sink. That's all they did. Just calling out upon the show.
Aggressive. She's aggressive herself, so it's
Well, yeah, that's the crowd she brings out. She's intense, right?
very intense.
She lays it all out on the court. I gave
And-
her a cheers before she went up there. I said, no matter what, they love you. And she goes, it's hard. That was her response before she went up on stage. She said, it's hard. I was like, oh no, this show's about to go crazy. They just get eaten alive, just sucked dry.
She got 300,000 followers on Instagram.
She's got $300 million.
No, she doesn't. I do.
Yeah,
I
you do.
hypnotize.
You have 300 million points on the pinball machine.
I hypnotize people into thinking they're millionaires, while I hypnotize myself into thinking I have $300 million. But yeah, and then me and Adam two-manned Grace's openers into thinking that they were going to come onto our podcast, and then my hypnotism wore off, and they were like, actually, we are.
I'm still shouting them out. They were cool. Is it Connor and Liam? Do you know either of their last names?
Connor Mook. Liam Dungun, I think. I don't know.
Shout out. Barstool, New York.
Could have had.
You guys were great.
Could have had some more. Another Liam on the podcast.
A third one.
Could have had two gingers on the podcast. First ever time having gingers on the podcast.
Well, we haven't run the 2-man in a while, and it was kind of like training wheels or like a T-ball, because we went and did it on dudes.
Yes, exactly. That's what you'd say. I'm happy that you got to that point. So we're at the Grace O'Malley show, as mentioned, and the two openers were cool guys.
They had
so
good
we were
jokes.
like, that's just a decision that, it was game time decision. When Grace went on stage, I was like, let's go get these guys on the podcast.
Let's go suck and fuck them.
And without skipping a beat, I started talking to one of them. Adam started talking to the other guy, and yeah, we wooed them. We
Buttered them up.
buttered them up. We teased them a little bit. We definitely hyped ourselves up,
Yeah.
which
Well, that's how every conversation with a when you want something, that's how it goes. You give them all the attention, and then you boost yourself up to be on their level.
Yeah, and it's really, it really boosts your confidence knowing that the end goal of what we're trying to do is not sex.
Makes it so much easier.
It's so easy, dude. I no blood was in my penis.
That's so true.
There was just absolutely zero blood in my penis. My penis might have actually been inside of me. I was so confident.
Yeah. You could just be authentic and genuine.
I was genuine. I was honest. I related to situations that they brought up. I was running it back and forth. He was making me laugh. I was making him laugh.
Yeah. Good guys.
No move. I didn't put my arm around him. I didn't. So you got a girlfriend? No, nothing. I didn't have to
Nothing.
try and suck his dick. No,
it just
none of that
happened.
Hollywood stuff. Maybe if I did suck his dick, he would be right here
Yeah, on
next
the
to us, right now,
podcast.
talking to us.
If I sucked their dick, they would not be here. They don't want seconds for that.
But yeah, it's
Fuck no.
I guess what we're trying to say is things are a lot easier in life when you aren't always trying to fuck stuff. When the
At least not always. At least not always.
Yes, when the goal is to just simply have someone on your podcast.
Yeah. You just extend the
God.
olive branch. They were goofballs.
Dude, if Donald Trump walked into Wit's End, all the blood is rushing from my penis to my head.
Yeah.
Back to my penis, I get a little horny.
Yeah.
Back to my head, and I'm walking up there, Mr. President, how you doing? I was actually nominated for Best Local Podcast.
Yeah.
You free 11 a.m. Sunday morning? He's like, sir, I got to ask Grace O'Malley first.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Call him out.
I will call him out a little bit.
Well, a little bit. I'll call him out a lot. Liam and Connor, what the hell? Hey, old ball and shade.
Yeah, it's funny that
They had to ask for permission.
They did have to ask for permission from Grace if they can be on our podcast.
Unless they use Grace as a cop out. To which
I would have. If I went home to my hotel room, realized that a 2-man was just ran on us to...
No, we threw him some game. Liam
yeah.
was talking up a lass and we made him look good. If he didn't close, that's on him. We could have. That's the assist. He should have done it after that sake. He must not have closed. Because if he would have gotten a nut off, he would have been on this fucking podcast.
Maybe he got too many nuts off.
Yeah, he was just in a coma.
He's too cool.
I would hope so. That would be such a waste to have to bomb up on stage. Well, they didn't bomb. But to not have a crowd that responds as well as you deserve because they're all drunk women and then have 2 bros pull up on you, chat you up. That must be nice.
I bet they were horny.
Yeah. They were like, oh, finally the bros.
Yeah.
We were talking about getting brisket. Yeah. They like us. Yeah. They like us. They did text us back. 4 a.m.
It's 4 a.m.
I wonder what they were doing. That's how you know they wanted...
Pepsi hours.
Yeah, that's how you know they wanted to come over because it was Pepsi hours. And they had no blood in their dick. And so they were like, oh, we got to respond to these guys. Whoa!
They get flirted with for an hour and a half the other day.
Yeah. Well, they were cool. I mean, the show was actually insane because the police were called.
Police were called
At
on...
a female comedy show.
Female... Not all females, but... Thank God. And, yeah, I didn't have to suck any dicks.
I liked Connor's crowd work off the rip. He called one of the women a transgender and then called the severely autistic guy radio for his headphones. He was wearing a Philly jersey. That was red flag number one.
Autistic friend, just couple. There was one lesbian girl out with her autistic friend who's wearing Beats headphones, the same Beats I'm wearing right now, actually, around his neck. They weren't around his ears. He wasn't that scared, but
Just in case.
had him just in case. Said he doesn't like crowds, and then lesbian goes, and he's single.
Oh, I had no idea.
That was such a wild, positive event. Yeah, I get scared in big crowds. But, you know, if
Yeah.
you want to suck that guy's dick.
Yeah. It calms him down. It's just part of his routine. It's a part of his routine.
If actually, no, what? He's right. She's right. I am single. If you make me come, I can go out and I won't remember that I'm scared of big crowds. Actually, I just hypnotized him into not thinking into thinking he's not autistic.
Yeah. That's well, that's all conversion therapy is, right? Just like
Mentalists, hypnotists, have they entered the conversion therapy realm?
got to, right? I mean, because if Jesus doesn't work,
You're
you gotta try
not
it.
gay.
You're not gay. You're not gay. You're super gay.
All right. When you wake up, you're gonna be super straight, and you're gonna want to fuck all the girls.
How about all the women?
Yes, all the women.
Well, I
Sorry.
think schizophrenia has got to be like you're immune to hypnotists, right?
Or maybe one of their personalities gets hypnotized, and then that's how they switch it up.
Multiple personalities. There's got to be at least one girl.
I'm feeling like I have multiple personalities after just this whirlwind of from Now You See Me to Grace O'Malley to getting fucked up at the pub and
Oof. I'll tell you what.
convincing people that I'm sucking their dick.
Whatever songs they're playing at the bar, if I'm getting super drunk, we got to stay away from the fruity shit. I was dancing way too hard to Backstreet Boys. I didn't like how much I was grooving. The hips were swinging a little too much for that.
Yeah, in front of the 10 gross people at the local pub.
Yeah, I have too much self-respect to be in that situation. I need like Metallica or something to keep it a big tough guy. Maybe Loaded Dipper.
If I can't be my fruity self while
At the
Backstreet
dive
Boys
bar
are playing at the dive bar, I shouldn't be at the fucking dive bar.
I was mad. I was working that day. I was working
At the
that pool
dive
table.
bar, you can be yourself.
Yeah.
If it's the club and I'm trying to, I've got my Riz goggles
You're trying to
on,
get some girl on your podcast.
I'm trying to get some girl on my podcast. Actually, maybe that's how I'm gonna start hitting on women. Instead of in my head thinking, "Damn, it would be so cool to fuck them." Instead of in my head thinking like, "Wow, it would be so cool to just see those big old titties." Instead of thinking in my head like, "Ooh, I wonder what that ass looks like when it jiggles." Instead of all of that,
Yeah, instead of all of that.
I was like, "Oh, imagine what it'd be like if I had her on my podcast." Maybe then I'd be able to close with some girls.
Well, I think about that with magicians, that magicians like show girls tricks, right, to pick them up. That's probably why they're chilling, is because all of their brain power is like, okay, the sleight of hand, I got to remember what card she has. They're just focused on the magic trick. That's why they can talk to girls. Their brain's somewhere else.
But see, that's the thing.
What's the thing?
I'm not into, I wasn't into hypnotism because I'm not trying to be the best hypnotist so I can just go and get fucked out here.
Okay.
You're that guy that convinces guys that you're sucking his dick. Yes, that's me.
Mind freak.
Can I suck your dick for doing that? And I'll just be like, listen, I don't really fuck with fans like that.
I've been really down lately.
Here, but I'll for your sake, I'll hypnotize you into thinking that I'm eating you out.
For your own sake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think I could hypnotize someone into thinking that I'm giving them an orgasm?
I think
I'm coming.
Well,
I'm coming.
Yeah, all girls. That's what all girls are. All girls are just hypnotists. They're just convincing you.
They're really good.
It's so big.
So is it really just hypnotism?
It's just lying.
It's lying?
Being a convincing liar.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, girls are good at it.
Great at it.
Great at it. Because all your blood.
Girls should be magicians. I'd say either I'm great at it from just the information I've been given,
Mm-hmm.
or flip it on the hat. They're great at it because I just haven't realized.
Yeah. No, I think you got it. I think girls can get what they want. Yeah, I'm with it.
One thing we do have to do though is bring it back. Because I've lost all train of thought of where we are.
I mean, we can be at the pub. We can be at the show. The Grace O'Malley show was great because there were so many women acting up that...
It felt good to be a white man.
Yes. Yes. It felt so good to practice some class, tip well, keep my voice down. I was like, I'm doing my part. It takes one. So it all starts with one. But, they showed up to the show because they liked the podcast. They showed up drunk because they thought it was a concert or a tailgate.
And they thought they could be cool like guys.
Guys, exactly. Yes, stay with me. We watch sports. We go to a tailgate. We are shit-faced at a tailgate because that's how we watch sports.
Yeah.
We will get drunk at home and watch sports. The exact same. What are we at?
Yeah, keep going.
We will get drunk and watch sports on the couch at home. That's how we know how to practice in person.
You're thinking that they don't practice
Yeah, they got to start drinking when they're having fun.
And all of their practice is still this, oh, we need to act stupid.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was going with our original, you thought they could start a riot. Maybe riot is more classified more correctly than a revolution, because a revolution seems more planned.
Yeah, that was riot worthy. All
Yeah,
they
but
needed
exactly,
was an ogre.
so-
All they needed was an ogre.
Men, when we get drunk, do we act up? Of course. Who doesn't is where I'm trying to get to. But that's when revolution started. You know,
Yeah.
we are having too many ideas.
Yeah.
Women get drunk and act up and start riots.
Yeah.
Like, why did that window just go through, or why did that chair just go through that Kmart? Like, women were drinking at the Grace O'Malley show.
They're like, terror has striked Charleston. A pack of 50 rabid women have launched themselves onto every farmer's market and destroyed every single man's tent.
While barking like a dog?
Yeah, the barking was wild. I didn't know I had, like, for the hotness scale, everybody there was very attractive, very smell good, cute outfits. I didn't know how big barking was a turnoff. That was crazy. Like,
I think
I did not enjoy that at all.
we forget that girls have testosterone sometimes. Or do they? Is that right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
They just have more estrogen than testosterone. You're right.
And
That's actually not true, by the way. They just have more estrogen than us. We both have more testosterone than estrogen. Go ahead.
but yeah, I just think that we forget that sometimes, and maybe girls just want to get that bark out, and maybe that testosterone filled bark is Grace O'Malley for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I discussed with my bae, is I was like, that was an outlet. She invokes that out of them because she's an escape. She's more of a personality hire. So girls get to, even if it's 1% of their body makeup, they get to nurture that.
Or maybe she just hypnotized them into thinking they were dogs.
That's what the sleeper cell was, the bark. She started barking and all the girls were like,
It's their trigger word.
yes, yes.
And they started thinking that I was eating them out.
And that's why they all went and threw up in the sink.
Yeah, because I was so bad at it.
Yeah. Well, what did you throwing up in the sink? Come on, not at wits, not at wits, man, not at wits.
Not
Not
anywhere.
anywhere.
Throw up in the fucking trash can.
Yeah, or outside.
What are they? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna fucking mush it down into the sink. You ever thrown up in a sink? You gotta get it out now. Mush it in there. Get it in there.
I remember you threw up in the sink one time in college.
Exactly. You learn.
You were so defeated.
You learn a thing or two after that.
Yeah. You learn how to mush.
Well, I mean, in my defense, I walk into the kitchen. I took one sip of something, and it was right. It was
All go. All teams go. Yeah. Threw it right into the sink. But it was just the
And-
way you let me know was like, you were so defeated. You were like, I threw up in the sink. I'm sorry. I was like, dude, we're both alcoholics at this point. We're like 21, ripping drinks, slobbering down bottles.
and it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, we got drunk.
That
We saw all those girls getting shit faced. We were like, hey, we can do that too.
I used to do that. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, we did it.
Yeah.
We got super fucked up. Hungover Saturday. And
so hungover.
just just the state that I've been in, I was like, damn, why not just do it again?
Yeah.
It's not like I was out there like Riz God fucking other girls or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, can I live in my own fantasy though? And maybe in my head I'm like, I am that. I am.
Yeah.
I'm mentalist. I
This
just
is so-
hypnotize.
yeah.
You know what?
What?
I'm going to be the most selfish hypnotist ever.
Okay.
I
I'll
just
support that.
hypnotize myself.
Yeah. Well, that's all. I think that's what Scientology is. It's hypnotizing yourself.
But it's still a group effort.
You're more of a lone wolf.
Yeah,
You're
like
gonna-
I'm more of like the stealth camper guy where he's gonna go out by himself and it's just him and his camera and he's just there and he's like, I'm good at this. I'm
So
good
what you're
at
telling me is you're about to have a mental breakdown and go live in a tent in somebody's backyard? Is that what you're telling me?
While being drunk the entire time is what I was getting to.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy, and then I'll just be drunk, and I'll just be there, and I'll just be like, dude, I am.
Dude, pay rent through August at least. The AC, please.
I can catch up, but
Get until fall when the leaves start coming.
chill out. You're doing just fine, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I was just, I'm just a white boy trying to get riled up, and I think I'm allowed to, especially after just like what I've witnessed. It's what we've been getting at. I would have joined in on that riot because I know I didn't start it.
Oh, now we're talking.
I'm more of the leader of a revolution, while I'm more of just like, hey, it would be fun to throw this brick during a riot kind of guy.
Yeah, like join the army just so you get the gun. Yeah. No?
That's a lot of steps.
Well, join the riot so you can get a pitchfork. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
more of what I'm saying. Yeah.
Listen, I can
Join the water balloon fight so you get a couple water balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join a riot so I can loot a little bit.
Yeah, loot a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, I'm a big looter, but at the same time,
Big polluter.
I'm a white boy trying to get riled up. I can be the leader of a revolution.
Yeah, that's how I'm contradicting any thought that I have. I'll go, yeah, I want to go do this, but I'm a white boy trying to get riled up.
Give me a keg. Give me
Okay.
a tent.
I can get those.
Give me Starlink, just so I can, have some time alone to myself. Give me a backyard to live in. We will all have 160 IQ.
Oh,
We'll have flying cars.
yeah. Bobby Shmurda.
Work? Yeah, you don't have to do that
You don't
anymore.
have to do that shit anymore. Not in my world. Here, drink this.
I just have to figure it out.
Yeah, it's on you.
Pen and paper. A little jork in it every once in a while.
Keep you loose.
But a consistent drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. Steady buzz.
The future.
The future.
That's how we're going to get there.
Yeah.
And of course, once we get to the future, I don't have to drink anymore.
Yeah.
Because I figured it out
Yeah.
for us.
Epiphany. Yeah, I would. Let's get every single politician in
But-
the U.S. just shit faced.
Of course, this is just coming out after, watching Friday night's events. after watching those white women being able to act up like that, I know myself as a
Can
as
you
a
give
white
me
man.
an act out? Can you give me an act out of I'm Josh Bates and you're the drunk girl? We're at a comedy show. You can't act like that.
I'm just drunk.
Beep, 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 beep. She was letting him fly.
Was she?
No.
Oh,
But it's so much funnier if one of these girls got drunk and just started ripping slurs. She got arrested. 'Cause she wouldn't leave the premises.
or maybe it was just an Uber.
Because you were like, the girl in the back seat's sucking you off.
Yeah.
You hypnotized the policeman.
Yeah, I do love hypnotizing cops into thinking that the girl they arrest is sucking them off. It's a fun trick to their body cam too, because then they're so hypnotized that they go and they feel bad. They have all this guilt inside them, all this
Yeah.
shame
Yeah.
for just doing something they didn't want to do on the job. They have a wife at home.
Wife at home.
They go to the internal
5
affairs.
kids. She's
and
trying to take
they
the house.
tell them, hey,
Mind freak.
I picked up this drunk girl at Wits End and she sucked my dick. Here's the body cam footage. And all they see is him in his cop car jerking off. And he's like, no, stop sucking my dick. Stop it. You shouldn't be doing this right now. And she's in the back. She's like, officer, are you jerking off right now?
She's
He's like, stop sucking my dick.
Look, she was
I'm gonna lose
she
my
was
job.
she turned into a seal. She wasn't enunciating anything. She's like, Grace, my friends.
Well, and it was so wild she would then get up and talk to her friends
Directly
in the showroom.
right after crying. She'd cry because she was getting roasted.
Were we there for 5 hours?
I think we were
So
only
much happened.
we were only in there for like 5 minutes.
We were in there for 5 minutes, and
We watched the openers and dipped, and just started getting drunk in the showroom. No, in the bar room. But we were there. We were there for like 3 hours.
What time to be alive? And this is all in the middle of Donald Trump and Elon Musk breaking
Going through a
up.
divorce.
They're
Who
breaking
gets
up.
JD Vance?
Who gets the United States?
Lowest bidder, first bidder, put in a contract. Well, we had the Indian dude, FBI guy. He went on Joe Rogan in athleisure, looking like a jerk off, looking like he was about to.
This is a big week for.
Yeah, we had Theo Vaughn asking JD Vance about the genocide in Israel.
Good for him.
Where are we at? Where are we at?
We're
Oh,
No, I'm kidding.
why does that keep coming out? Is it when you move forward?
Yeah,
But
Get 7 on it.
it's not an everyman's thing. At this point, I just need a little decorum. That was Friday, set it off. It was the nail in the coffin. I don't care what you do, just a little class.
Yeah, just instead of thinking about situations like, oh, it would be so cool if she was giving me head, right? Stop thinking about situations like, oh, what would it be like if I was just, she was just bent over right now. Like, what? Matt, you got to stop having these thoughts of where it's like,
Me? I'm not having these thoughts. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to our fans? These are the guys that girls don't want the podcast. This is why they ask.
no, this is what I'm saying.
On
You
the
got
wrist cam.
you got to always have that mindset of just, what it would be like if you were just on my podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
I want all of the blood out of my dick.
Yeah. Just enough to keep it alive.
Yeah. It's not the toughest life to live. We're going through this life right now.
Well, that's
I'll look
what
it up thinking,
cold plunges are huge. Thinking of Joe Rogan. One of my customers that I cleaned their pool, they just got a cold plunge, and I just think it's so funny.
One hand on the mic.
I think it's so funny that there are the richest and most powerful men in the world who start their day with a cold plunge. Just little baby penis, the little boop boop boop. That's how they start their day every morning.
Well, it's the same. It's the
And then it grows. They get a little confident. Maybe that's what it is. That's what it is. Their mind is so clear in that cold water. They've got no blood in their dick. So they
blood in it.
plan their day. That's all that is.
They plan their day to like, how am I going to hypnotize myself?
Yeah.
They're like, oh wait, I
First I
can
tuck
right
my
now.
dick inside my
I
stomach.
can right now. There's no blood in my dick.
Yeah.
I don't want to come.
I'm going to
I
cheat on my
can-
wife.
And that's,
I'm going to disown my kids.
Wait.
Wob, 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 wob.
it's like I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. And he steps out and all the blood rushes into his penis.
And then he's racist in rush hour traffic.